Well, good morning, everybody. Danny back from Deepsouth Homestead. Yep, we finally got a little cool air coming in here this morning, guys. This is actually Sunday morning I'm shooting this because I have such a busy week. I have to do this on Sundays a lot of time. And the temperature dropped last night. Cold front come through, wind blowing. I hope it don't mess with the camera today because it's still pretty windy. Yeah, woke up at 3 o'clock this morning to a skunk. He had sprayed outside my house by my high tunnels. I should have went out right then and hunted that joker down and shot him, but I didn't. I waited and got up this morning, and man, it smells bad over there. That's why I'm over here at the cabin, because it smells really bad over there. But we've got a lot of things going on. We're in the cleanup mode right now. We took up, Mr. Dexter came this past week, this weekend, and helped me. Him and his wife, Miss Cynthia, and Miss Wanda was shooting some videos together. So Dexter and I, we put the pole on the cane mill, getting it ready to start cooking some sugar cane and syrup. And he came over and helped me take down all the trellises and pull up all the posts out of the ground. And guys, I want to tell you what, I only drove them fence posts in the ground like maybe 10 or 12 inches. Look, we hooked a chain to them things to the bucket of my tractor. It picked the rear wheels of my tractor up off the ground several times, trying to pull them posts up out of the ground. They're not even a foot deep. I mean, that's how hard the ground is. And no water, pure dust. I mean, you can't walk and breathe here hardly. It's bad. But amazingly, the peas did really good. The field peas, we put up, I want to say Wanda said 80 or 90 jars of pink-eyed purple hulls, and we got the red rippers around there. As a matter of fact, we're going to probably take them out sometime today. We're going to pick all the peas off of them and just take them out because I've got to work that garden. And I told her, I said, I can't just leave these things just keep sitting here. I said, we've got all the peas we need. We've given peas away to people. And I told her, I said, we got to just take them out. Let the cows eat the vines. There's no green grass for the cows anywhere. I mean, they're just, as a matter of fact, if this was turned around where you could see it, they ate all my pumpkin vines off the fence, got across the fence, eat my banana trees, but they were kind. They piled all the pumpkins up in a pile out there for me and eat all the stems off of them. Now I got to wax every one of them so that they won't dry out. Totally amazing. Them pumpkins has been there all year long. But it's so dry right now they have nothing to eat other than hay. And I knocked down bushes in the woods for them and stuff and eat all the leaves off the bushes. They stripped them. And they just decided, I guess, that them pumpkins was, a delicacy of some kind. So they ate all the vines, but they left the pumpkins. So we were thankful for that. But they didn't get out. The crazy thing is, they went back in the field and stayed in the field all night. They just got out and ate that and went right back. I guess they're well trained. I showed Dexter how we weed the garden here at Deepsouth Homestead. I took my bucket on my tractor and went down through where the trellis and all that was because it was like knee deep in grass. I shoved every bit of that grass just skimming the top of the ground because the ground is so dry and hard. I didn't really push no dirt. All the grass just scraped right off the top of the ground. I pushed it off down there and put it in with the cows. And they are having a field day with that green grass that was right here in the field. I mean, they're down there just going to town on it. They'll probably clean it up in the next 15, 20 minutes. But the ponds are like 4 foot low now. We got a slight chance of rain coming Wednesday and Thursday, another cold front coming down. Our rain chances are saying here 30 to 40%. When they say that, we usually don't get anything, but maybe a light shower or two. But we're hoping and praying that when this front comes through, it ain't no high wind or something like that and blows the rest of the sugar cane down and then not get no rain out of it. We would welcome a few inches of rain because we really need it, but we don't need it to come down all at once and then just run off down through the woods down through there. We need it to soak in. But other than that, we planted a lot of cabbages We planted a bunch of broccolis. We planted some tomato plants in the high tunnels. My onions for next year's bulb onions is up about 4 inches tall. I think I'm going to have to clip the tops off of them because they're all wanting to lay over. I'm going to take a scissors and go through there and clip the tops off of them and see if they'll kind of maybe stiffen back up and get where I'll be able to plant them for my bulb onions in November. It's just been an experiment to me this year. We did this a couple of years ago and we was fairly successful at it. But this year, I planted a bunch of them. And we're just going to see if it works. I'm a little concerned because they're kind of small and skinny. They're just they're not beefing up like I would like for them to. Maybe I didn't start them early enough. I started them around the 1st of September or something like that. Maybe the first week in September. Thinking that maybe by November they would be big enough I could transplant them. Maybe not. I mean, I'll have to go back and look at my records, and I'll have to alter it next year if I'm able to do this again. And we're actually really concerned, I'm not going to lie to you, that we might not have enough moisture in the ground to plant our onions this year. What I'm actually waiting to do right now is once we get all the fields cleaned up, this has been the 3rd year, I need to flat break them, and I need to flip everything over the soil and let it set all winter. I need to cover crop it and let it set all winter, and then till it all in next spring. But it's just a little bit about what's going on here. Trying to get ready for fall, trying to split some more firewood. My hand, since I pinched the end of my thumb off in a piece of wood, I've been kind of taking it easy with it, but I got to get back to splitting wood. We got to have wood, because it's supposed to be a brutal winter. So we'll see. They told me at the wound care facility that it's doing okay. Just keep it clean. It has had no pain whatsoever since I've done it. It's just now getting where if I try to bend it, I can feel it in the end of it out there. I guess it's healing over or something. I don't know. They tell me it's going to take about 30 days probably for it to heal, which will put me around Thanksgiving or after. And I got to have wood before then because the extended forecast shows we're going to already be in the low 30s by then. So I've got to have plenty of wood split by then. But other than that, guys, we're going to be making some cane syrup here before long, hopefully. We're selling some cane on Etsy. We put up a certain amount each time, and we sell that out. We can't just do a ton of it at one time. We have to just do it in batches along. Trying to get that taken care of. And that's about it. As far as now, catching fish, well, the grandkids caught some catfish. They weighed 5 pounds apiece, the ones they was able to get in. The rest of them just broke the line and kept on going, so we don't know how big they were. Dexter and I fed the fish at the pond right here, and we was noticing we got some really nice bass, probably 14, 16-inch bass swimming around in there. We was feeding them, and tons of brim. Gosh, lots and lots and lots of brim. But we did see that. Got to get my hands warm here this morning. It's kind of breezy and chilly. I'm just praying it's not messing with my camera. But guys, I want us to stop just a moment. I'm getting a lot of questions. Danny, this thing going on in Russia, what about the bridge at Kiev? What about this? What about that? And guys, what I'm noticing, let me say this. What I am noticing is that I don't know if it's human nature or anticipation or excitement because of the way society is today. I'm just not 100% sure about this one just yet. But everybody, it seems like, is just looking for the next big event. It's like they're not happy unless they know there's another big event fixing to take place. You know, I mean, it's... People's like, Danny, why aren't you talking about what's going on? I'll tell you why I'm not talking about what's going on. I talked about it 4 years ago. I've talked about it for the last 4 years. And I told y'all I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse. God showed me years ago what was happening. I told everybody there's going to be food shortages, there's going to be famines. I told them there's going to be this and that. I went down through the whole list. Started 4 years ago. Go back and check my videos. They're there. And I told people where they'd have plenty of time to prepare. But human nature, lots of y'all prepared because you've sent me tons of messages, and I'm so thankful that y'all did. But there's still so many people that's, why won't you talk about this? I said, I've already talked about it. Why keep talking about it? It's here. It's happening. You know, I mean, if you're trying to get in the game, it's late. You know, I mean, we're not talking about what's going to happen anymore like we were 4 years ago. It's here. It's happening. Now we're talking about solutions. I'm trying to put up videos about how to grow carrots and how to tend the gardens and how to raise this and how to raise that. People don't even want to see it. They're sitting here going like, yeah, but I want to know what's going on in Russia. Freak Russia. Who cares? We talked 3 and 4 years ago about what they was going to do and what the impacts was going to be, in plenty of time to make preparations for what's coming or what's here now. There's no need in me sitting here talking about the bridge blowing up at Kiev and who did it. Who cares who done it? It's done. It doesn't make any difference. Russia's pissed off at the world. The world's pissed off at Russia. You know, it's part of prophecy. We're there. And everybody's, to give you a prime example, COVID happened. Oh, that's a big deal. Everybody says, oh my God, give me the, when the arm, or we're going to all die. No, we are not all going to die. We didn't all die, but everybody went out and did this. And, I mean, it was just a big scam to get everybody. Now, was it real? Yes, it was real. But it had a 98% success rate. I'm sitting here like, come on, people. And then the Nordic pipelines. Everybody's on that. They forget all about COVID. It's gone. That's like it never even happened now. Now it's the pipelines. It's 90-something places has been destroyed by fire and flood and airplanes flying into it, all kinds of stuff. The food supply. We're not going to have a food supply. That was a big event. Everybody was all on top of that. Well, they're phasing away from that. Now the big thing is 10 reasons you're supposed to do this for that. Everybody's jumping on that bandwagon. I'm not getting on that bandwagon. Guys, to me, this is all stupidity. This is stuff you should have done and listened to years ago. Now it's about what's trending. It's about the next big event. The bridge blowing up in Kiev. That's the big event right now. Everybody's like, well, that's Russia's access into Kiev from Russia and all this kind of stuff. I don't care. It doesn't mean anything to me. Now, is some of the things that's happening over there affecting me over here and you? Yes. Why is it affecting us? Because of the nutcases that's running our country. Should our fuel prices be affected at all by what's going on across the water? And the answer is absolutely no. But does it? Yes, it does. Why? Because the numbskulls we got running this showboat over here is still buying fuel from our enemies. When we've got plenty of fuel right here we could tap into. But what are we doing here? Oh, no, don't. Cut the pipelines off. No more drilling. No more this. No more fracking. No more this. No more that. Pure stupidity. Our natural gas, we don't have a shortage of natural gas this year. You know why? Because we sell it to the people across the water. They got plenty of natural gas over there. They tap into their own resources. I mean, I don't hate people across the water. Don't get me wrong. I hope y'all didn't take that as that way. What I'm trying to say is this. Every country should take care of itself. Now, is there anything wrong with trading with another nation? And the answer is no. There's absolutely nothing wrong with trading with another nation, as long as you don't cut your throat to do it. The worst thing America ever done was NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement. That was just, I don't know. That was one of the stupidest things we done when we shut down all of our manufacturing here in the United States and sent it to Mexico, sent it to China, and sent it Indonesia and all these other places out there, and quit making our own stuff. The craziest thing we ever done, I'm talking about craziest, was allow China to make our medicine. Do you realize all these synthetic drugs that we're on here in this country, because we're a sick nation now, is made by our enemy? Do you really think your enemy gives a flip about you? Do you think they're worried about the medication that they make for you, whether it's really good for you or not? They could care less. All they want is this right here. They want that money. That's all. They don't care if that medication meets its requirements and you die from it. They go, well, there's another one to take their place. Don't worry about it, you know. And you know what? The United States looks at it exactly the same way. I got so fighting mad one time. They came through here and sprayed the power lines on my property. Sprayed my fence rows and everything. It's been many, many years ago. And son, I come unglued. That's one thing you don't do, is touch my property without my permission. And son, I called that power company up. I had all the CEOs of the power company. I had everybody at my house. And they were like, we didn't spray that. I said, I tell you what, in about 48 hours, we'll know if you sprayed it or not. I said, if I see anything turning brown and wilting, y'all butts coming right back here. The next day, everything's turning brown. I called them, everyone, right back. And they came back. I said, see, y'all sprayed this. You told me you didn't spray it. You lying. Well, I ain't going to say what I called them. But, and they said, well, our Mexicans told us they didn't spray that. I said, I don't care. They lying little jokers. I said, they did spray it. See how it's dead? And this is what made me mad. Now, I was pissed off about the spraying of my fence rows. But I'm going to show you what made me even more angry. After looking into it, I told them, I said, I want to know the exact chemicals you used. I want to know the mixtures you used and everything on my property. And they showed me, and I told them, I said, yeah. And I said, look at them boys out there. I said, they are not dressed to OSHA requirements to spray that kind of chemical. I said, every one of them jokers is going to die from cancer. I said, and y'all know that because they're not protected. And they go, they're from Mexico. It doesn't matter. There's 100,000 of them to take their place. And I'm like, did you just say that? Those people are human beings just like we are. Oh, it don't matter, man. They just come across the border. Look, just let them spray it. If it kills them, it kills them. I'm like, oh my gosh, no. I know you did not just say that. And I told them, I said, get off my property. Every one of you, get off my property now. And I said, don't, if I ever, I said, I will sue y'all to your hilt if I ever see a power company come back down this road spraying again. And I will say, it's been probably 15 years now. They've been gracious enough to call me and tell me they're coming out here. And I told them, I said, you can trim anything you want to trim, but you ain't spraying nothing. You know, and so far, you know, it's been good. But guys, this is the point I'm making. Everybody's looking for the next big event. It's like you can't get enough. It's like me and Bobby talked about this the other day on one of our videos that we shot from Spags Unfiltered. People love to be scared. That's why circuses and that's why fairs and, you know, horror movie films and all that, that's why they make all their money. People love to be scared. I'll never understand that. I just, you know, I mean, I will say when I was young, I did the thrill rides and stuff like that because I loved it. It just made me high. I loved it. I wasn't scared. I just got a high from it. But there's people that just, they thrive off of something going wrong. They thrive off of something happening. Look at the fall of the Roman Empire. I mean, they had the gladiators, they had the theaters set up, the amphitheaters set up and all this, and people would fight to the death, and they would cheer them on, you know, like, yeah, people's getting killed, and then they would throw them in, and the lions would eat them, and all kinds of stuff, and they could not get enough. And that's where we're at today. People today just can't get enough junk that's going on in the world. They just, when one thing, this blown up bridge at Kiev will be forgotten in a week. Then they'll be talking about, well, is somebody going to do a tactical nuke somewhere? You know, is somebody going to do this? Who's going to invade who? They're just waiting for the next high. Guys, that's not what it's all about. God did not expect us to live that way. And we wonder why our stress level is as high as it is. You ever stop and see what the scripture says? God says, be still and know that I am God. And when Elijah was looking for the Lord, he said, I'm not in the wind, I'm not in the storms, I'm not in the earthquakes, I'm not in the fire. I'm just in that small, still voice. How are you going to hear that small, still voice if you can't calm down long enough and you keep looking for the next big event? Everybody's freaking out. We've got to prep for this, prep for that, prep for this. And let me tell you something. You can prep all you want. I'm prepped to the hilt. But let me tell you something. Every week, I get specific information that I'm not prepped for. You're going up against the devil. The devil's been around since the beginning of time. He's a lot smarter than we are. You can prep all you want to prep, but he's going to come up with a way to do something that you're not prepared for. Like me, splitting wood over here with me and Dexter, splitting wood, enjoying ourselves, man. We sawing up wood, splitting wood. Split second, the end of my thumb got pinched off. Totally unprepared for that. The devil's like, I just got to stop this somehow or other. And some unknown event just takes place. And it's got me held up now because I can't split this wood. And that's my winter supply of wood. It's been so hot and so dry here that I haven't been able to get out in this extreme heat to do it because of my age. And now that it's cooled off, I was looking forward to getting it done. The trees has been cut a year. Now I'm having to wait for my thumb to heal to get more of it done. The devil will always strike in a way that we least expect. We'll sit here and we'll prepare food and we'll prepare water, we'll prepare this, and we'll not prepare our soul and die and spend an eternity in hell because we missed the most important preparation of all. Scripture says, what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? 70 to 80 years of good life versus an eternity of burning in a devil's hell. God, go figure, you know. You can't make people do certain things. People are going to do what they're going to do. My point today is, guys, let's just forget freaking out. Matthew 24 gives us a whole list of things that's going to happen. And you know what Jesus said right then, Yeshua? The end is not yet. Don't be concerned. These things must come to pass. You know what that tells me? That tells me I need to be prepared, but I don't need to freak out about it. Because He's got this. We should be excited as God's children that this is all taking place, rather than freaking out and looking for the next big event to take place. We should be sitting back going, you know what? We got this. I'm prepared as much as I can prepare. I've done all I can do. Lord, the rest of it's in your hands. That's the point I had to come to here a few weeks ago. Father, you got this. I'm prepared as much as I can prepare at my age, my health. I'm not going to sit here and stress out about it anymore. I'm going to do what I can do. If it's enough, then it's enough. If it's not, then your grace is going to kick in. And you're going to provide where I haven't provided. Or if the devil comes up with some unknown event, allows it to happen, then you're going to take care of that part that I didn't prepare for. That's where I'm at, guys. And I hope that y'all can get there too. You know, I don't want this video to be extremely long today because I got a ton of things to do. But I just want to tell you, we got to stop looking for the next big event and just say, Lord, enough is enough. I trust you that you've got this and you're going to take care of me. I'm going to do what I can do. I'm not going to break the bank trying to do it. I'm not going to go in debt trying to do it. I'm not going to lose everything I've got trying to do it. I'm going to do what I physically can do and trust you to provide the rest. Thank you guys from Deepsouth Homestead.